Horror is arguably one of the hardest genres to tell a story in, but when it's done right, you get a masterpiece. While movies and TV shows have mastered the art of horror, if you're anything like me, you eventually come to realize that you are safe through the concept of with the fourth wall. And this does break the illusion or any immersion you may have had. And this is where video games excel. In horror games, every action and choice made by the character is actually made by the player, offering more immersion, essentially placing the player themselves into the horror. And this offers more opportunities for the game to make the players shit themselves. But today we're going to focus on a game series that has blown me away with how it uses horror to not only scare the player, but tell its story. And that's Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 is a masterclass on how to introduce a horror series. For 99% of this game, nothing really happens and is instead build up. And obviously everyone appreciated that because this 30-minute game turned into a franchise. I'll say this time and time again, as long as I make these videos, suspense is so important in this genre, all right? And quite often, less is more. Got it? Yo, what you eating there? Damn, you got Uber Eats or DoorDash and didn't get me anything? That's crazy. All right. Well, cool. You play as an ex-employee who goes back to an abandoned factory of Playtime code 12 years after all of the staff mysteriously disappeared. Ooh. Ooh. When you enter, it is very eerie and quiet. And sitting there in the big empty room is a green tape, and when played, you are greeted by the head of innovation, Pierre, an evil piece of shit who pretty much warned you that the security here is top notch, and you might want to turn around and go back home.
Hi, my name is Pierre, and I'm the head of innovation here at the Playtime Co. Toy Factory. If you're seeing this, then you're trespassing. Yeah, we play this little tape on loop whenever we close the factory for the day. So, trespasser, just to make you aware, while we pride ourselves primarily on our high-quality toys and excellent child care, we also pride ourselves on our security. For example, this facility is full of hidden motion triggers, which, once set off, will turn on the factory's emergency alarms and directly contact the authorities. And that's one of the more tame aspects of our security system. No spoilers. So, you've got my warning. It's not too late to turn around. I just hope that you're certain whatever you're doing is worth it.
After you solve a puzzle and grab your handy-dandy grab pack, you go to open the gate that will allow you to go further into the factory. And that is where you're met with this. This is a great way to start a series. No notes. Mwah, mwah. Chef's kiss. Cooking it up. Tossing it, grabbing it with the pan, catching it, then tossing it again. Ooh, oh, ooh, Scooby-Doo style, baby. But actually though, this is pretty cool way to start off a horror game. One of the first questions that's brought up in this beginning, at least for me, was why is a toy company flexing about their security? I get like a bank wanting to do that or, a government building, but a toy company? What you got going on here? Huh? That's weird. Ain't no way these toys are that important. And on top of that, one of their head honchos is addressing you? Yo, This security must be crazy. And then right after you find that footage, you enter the gates and you're met with a big boy. This big boy right here, this little big guy. I don't know. Something's a little sus here. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You pass the statue of Huggy Wuggy, which is a blue monster thing who hugs maybe. See, I assume he wouldn't really hurt you if he was alive, or what the? That was weird. Okay. Anyways. After solving a puzzle concerning electricity and, 2 poles, a function that would be important to the puzzles later on, the game does something so unbelievably messed up that it ramps up that tension to 5,000 degrees. You are about to leave from the room your first puzzle is in until you see something off in the lobby. Or dare I say, you see a lack of something. Huggy Wuggy is completely gone. Where the hell did it go? Okay, let's just open this other gate and not worry about it. Well, I think Huggy Wuggy might be the quote-unquote security measures Leith was talking about. After this, you only see a Huggy Wuggy for about 2 more times. And that's what makes me respect this game so much, dude. Like, you don't understand. Well, obviously you do, because you're watching this video right now. And you're probably playing Chapter 5 at the moment. But yeah, you only really see him about 3 times in this game. 4, technically. The first time is the statue, the second time is his arm, the fourth time is later on, which we'll get to, but the third time is what I want to focus on for now. After you follow Huggy to this random room, you'll find the red hand attachment and find the tape where we're introduced to Rich, a short, temperate guy who cares a lot about other people. He might play an important role later. And you also have to find these 4 power sockets to progress. Yeah, he's clearly just toying with us. Throughout the chapter, Huggy has many opportunities to take us out, but doesn't. Why? Well, one of the theories is that Huggy didn't see you as a threat until a certain point, but I like to think that Huggy was just, again, toying with us. Like we're some sort of bone chew toy. My analogies are still bad. I know I promised I would work on that in the last one, but hey man, they ain't getting any better. Seeing Huggy watching you and then bouncing makes it very clear that he's just stalking you. This will be the last time we see Huggy until the final confrontation. You solve another puzzle, build a toy, and then as you're about to head out.
Whoa, my God, Jesus Christ!
This chase is intense as Huggy Wuggy is still clearly toying with us. He chases the players into the vents.
Down, whoa, Jesus. Okay, go, we gotta go.
He seems to know his way around and as he pulls off some stupid Batman type moves. Making it so that the player is forced to make a split-second decision in the presence of stress, anxiety, and fear by turning around and finding another way.
Damn, this freaking place is huge. Down again. Okay.
Left, right, up,
right. Oh, God, Jesus. Right again. Oh, okay. We gotta go. Come on, we gotta go faster than this. Okay, right. Okay. Open the door!
It also doesn't help that Huggy is quite fast, despite being too big for the fence. Oh shit! Go!
Go! Okay, dead end. Okay, box!
Go! Jesus, I'm gonna throw up. There's not much to say other than those emotions that I feel during that chase. Oh man, it's just so good. It feels earned. Huggy stepping out of the doorway is such a great reveal as you're reminded how tall this guy actually is. And then you have to run for your life in a space that isn't exactly big, causing claustrophobia. I mean, you are crouching in this moment, all while the walls hug the living shit out of you. It also makes the times when Huggy cuts you off more scary because you feel that you don't have the room to turn around. I also love how you can hear the footsteps and noises Huggy makes in this space. I mean, just listen. It definitely adds something, you know? It's just a constant reminder that he's behind you. After this whole chase, we find a tape where we're introduced to something called the Prototype, who's a looming villain throughout the series.
Final log. In relation, experiment 1006, the Prototype. Coordination and cooperation is evidently within his skill set, as well as the skill set of all other experiments of his type. Any future experiments will need to be contained and disposed of in a secure location.
Then you find a huge wall with what looks like a poppy flower, I'm assuming, with dead toys hanging around it. And through those doors, you find, well, Poppy herself.
You opened my case.
Again, this game uses horror very well and encourages the audience to ask for more through the questions that were formed. And more shall come. Speaking of which... Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 uses a different method to create suspense, yet it is just as effective. You remember a time where you were watching an action movie and during an action scene, there's multiple cuts, and on one end you're like, wow, this is creating a lot of anxiety in me, and it's just a lot of anxiety right now that I'm feeling because there's a lot going on, and there's a cut, and then a cut, and then a cut, and then a cut, but then the other half is like, whoa, please stop. I can't process anything that's happening. It's frustrating me. Now, I'm gonna be honest before I say this next part. I don't know the exact science behind why that causes anxiety. I think it's because through the editing, we are only given milliseconds to process a shot. And by the time we have processed the last shot, 2 more or 3 more have already happened, therefore causing our brains to try and catch up. Keeping that in mind, Chapter 2 uses a very similar method. Throughout this chapter, you get to know Poppy a tad bit more while also uncovering a little bit of what Playtime Co. was doing behind the scenes. And spoiler alert, they were up to no good. None of it at all. Just even justifiable. Just like, Jesus. You go further into this factory while trying to escape, but your way out gets delayed as...
A new playmate! So numb.
Ew! What the fuck is that? This is Mommy Longlegs. She has a love for children and, like a mom, is hella protective of them. She also has the ability to stretch her limbs and, to top it off, she is meant to represent a spider, thus the play on the name Daddy Longlegs. You know? Mommy Longlegs? Mommy Longlegs decides to intervene, fuck with you, and make you play what's essentially 3 minigames. You enter the main hub and things are weird. First of all, why are these games here at a children's playground? What's with the train? And you should subscribe to this channel right now if you're enjoying the video. Just real quick, go ahead. Anyway, you walk into the first of the 3 minigames, which takes place in this weird room with these TV screens and an observation room? Why is there an observation room in here? The hell were they using these rooms for? This minigame is a game of memory while under pressure, and as you progress, more buttons start to pop up and the patterns you have to memorize become longer. But Jay-Doh, that doesn't sound spooky or even anxiety-inducing at all. What are you talking about? Yeah? Well, the game changes once you add this piece of shit to the mix. You see, you have very limited time to complete these patterns as you have Bonzo right above you, slowly descending, and the only way to keep him at bay is by completing each pattern. This raises the stakes as now you want to not only make sure that you're paying close attention to the pattern being given, but you also have to press the buttons in the correct order and fast. As more buttons appear, it feels like the crashing of Bonzo's cymbals are getting louder and louder and louder. And if you mess up, it causes genuine panic.
Blue, J,
Heart, red.
Hi.
Red! What are you doing?
Blue, J, heart, pie. Oh.
Oh my god!
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
Red! You keep doing the same thing! You keep doing the same thing! It's like actual insanity! What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, dog! It was blue, J, heart, red, then pie!
Oh, I forgot about the red. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
After that, you go to the second minigame, which is a much bigger, darker, and scarier version of Whack-A-Mole. In the room, there are holes everywhere. Pause. And yet again, another observation room. Mommy Longlegs gives you a spiel and then turns the lights off, and the game begins. A bunch of smaller Huggy Wuggies start to come from all around you, meaning you have to not only be constantly looking around, but you also have to be actively listening for any growls to keep them from pouncing at you. On top of all of that, you have to make sure your aim is perfect, as one miss could be a game over. At first, it's not too stressful as there are only a few Huggy Wuggies coming out of these holes. Pause again. But then they start to increase in numbers until all you hear are the sounds of them crawling surrounding you. But you can't stop to process the information because if you do, you'll die and get a game over. This minigame is overstimulation on crack! Finally, you move on to the third and final minigame, which is kind of like red light, green light from the Squid Game, but it's not. Let me explain. In this minigame, you will be chased very slowly by Mr. Freaky 1000 Leg Dog over here.
Oh, what the fuck is that? Dude, that would be terrifying as a child, would it not? Like, if I was a kid, I'd straight up just piss myself.
When the lights are on, you cannot move, but you can look around. When the lights turn off, that's when you can move throughout the obstacles, many of them slowing you down to build that tension. And I do want to point out the use of sound in this minigame. There's music that only plays as you run and the lights are off. It really makes you feel a tad bit overwhelmed as you are so focused on not only getting as far as you can before the lights turn on, but also making sure you don't move when the lights do turn on. And when the lights are on, the music stops, forcing you to listen to the footsteps of fucking asshole as he gets closer to you. Eventually, you get out of the minigame, and this is where you will try and make your escape. After solving a couple of puzzles,
Wow. That was great, man. Good job.
you finally get some breathing room, or so you think.
I asked you to play fair, and you cheated! I hate cheaters! Now, we're going to play one last game! It's called Hide and Seek!
When I tell you this scare got me bad, it got me bad.
Oh, fuck you!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! That was terrifying. That was scary as shit.
It's just that this game intentionally makes you feel safe through the silence that you experience after you escape. so that when you go to grab this handle, something that you've done a lot throughout this chapter, and Mommy Longlegs comes out like, you're gonna shit your pants. I don't know what other action there is that's gonna happen. Added on to that is the fact that you are a bit trapped here with the gate blocking the way out and Mommy Longlegs blocking the only other way out. She yells at you and then says that you're going to play hide and seek, and she starts counting down.
10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
This causes that same sense of urgency that you feel in the minigames you've played, causing you to run away as far as possible. After solving your first puzzle in this final stretch, she finds you again and you need to run and literally hide.
Oh my god! Oh! Bro, run. She just didn't see the light coming down from the ceiling, you know.
Yeah. Holy shit. The way she just comes out of nowhere makes it so that the player is forced to stay on their toes, as at any moment she will find you and you will have to run and hide again. And then she finds you again.
Oh my god. Dude, like,
holy
what?
shit.
What?
Throughout this chase, you have to swing over gaps, go up long distances, swerve left and right. Essentially, she's not making it easy for you. But then you get to the gates, and this is one of the coolest suspense builds I have ever seen in a horror video game. It's happened a lot of times, but I love it every single time, all right? I know it's cliche. You are forced to watch Mommy Longlegs running full speed at you, and there is nothing you can do but wait for this damn gate to open, giving you seconds to run in and avoid her.
What have you done? You make me part of you! You can't do this to me!
What was she talking about? What the fuck? This is the first time you see the prototype, one of the subjects we met at the end of chapter 1. What the hell is he doing with Mommy's body? Anyway, you move on, free Poppy from whatever the hell, webs, I guess. Then you get on the train, but then she's like, actually, I need your help to save us, so you're not allowed to leave. And then that causes the train to derail completely. And that's the end of chapter 1. Woo! Yes! See, wasn't this chapter just as fast as the game? That's the kind of suspense that's in this game. Was that too hype? It's alright. But hopefully you were able to see what I meant. It just makes you feel like you have to constantly be on the move. But obviously, this isn't the end.
Please, help us go to sleep, Catnap!
We need it, Catnap! Please help us! Sleep! Sleep! Sleep!
Chapter 3 is where the series will start to delve more into environmental storytelling and world building. And it's also where the bigger mystery of Playtime Code starts to get exposed. This chapter starts off with a 70s cartoon-esque cartoon, which stars these little critter guys. But most importantly, we are introduced to Catnap, who breathes out this reddish fog type stuff, which supposedly helps children go to sleep.
Everyone knows Huggy Wuggy and Poppy Playtime, but are your children safe from Playtime Co.'s latest toy? This is Catnap. And like the others of his line, you just pull his little tail and... seems innocent enough. However, parents across the country report their children experiencing strange and often violent nightmares. And beside them, their little, grinning Catnap doll.
I just want to pause here and give major props to Mob Entertainment for the way they introduced these villains in each game, which is through the form of what's essentially short films. That also gives a small glimpse into how Playtime Co. is affecting the lives of those outside of the company. Anyway, the short film essentially tells us that the Red Mist and Catnap are no joke. Which, yeah, I mean, look at that thing, my god, with its super tall legs to the scrawny body, and working a smile that even a mother couldn't love. Catnap is a freaky looking guy. After solving a few puzzles and meeting a new character named Dolly, you come across this random cable car, gondola thing. And when you get on it, it starts to take you somewhere as Elliot Ludwig talks to you. I'll let Mr. Ludwig himself take it from here.
Hello, my name is Elliot Ludwig. When you look around at the world today, what one thing do you think it needs more of? I asked around once. Money, I never have enough. Understanding, I can never get any. Faith, the common man has lost it. Each answer was different, and I could perhaps see some little truth in each. But I think each was also missing something. Something simple. You see, not one of them could muster a smile. A smile is hope. A smile is love. A smile is understanding. And there is nothing more gratifying to my soul than being the reason for a child's smile. To be the spark that ignites all their hopes and dreams. For it is only through hopes and dreams that we may create a better world. One where our children need not be afraid. One where they are protected. After all, this company and its toys are nothing without them. These children deserve to smile, they deserve to love, and they deserve a safe home. That is why it is with enormous pleasure that as the founder of Playtime Co., I announce Playcare, our very own on-site orphanage. But it's not only that. It's a school, a playhouse, a place to belong. Our very own ecosystem beneath the surface, dedicated in every inch and detail to ensuring a child's smile. Its teachers and counselors, mothers and fathers, until such a time they have all of that in you. May Playcare bring joy, inspiration, and smiles to all who enter these doors. For what gives life its meaning if not a smile?
An orphanage? Playtime Co. was running an orphanage down here? From what we know about Ludwig up until this point is that he was one of the kindest men to walk the planet, a Walt Disney type, and this orphanage was made by him to reflect his love for children. There's a school, housing, a counselor's office, a playhouse, a toy store. There's also a place where this catnap gas is being held, and of course the main hub with these big ass statues of these smiling critter folk. I don't know what it is about big unfamiliar places, but it feels very uncomfortable, almost uncanny. And the fact that there's nobody there makes it feel a lot worse. Eventually you make your way into Home Sweet Home and then you're hit with the ass gas. That's right, you start breathing in catnap sick vape clouds. How does that make you feel? Cool, I bet. Anyway, the moment you breathe it in, things get weird. You start to walk down these long, dark, creepy hallways. some leading to dead ends while you hear noises, and then you come across a few radios.
Tragic news this morning. As of 9:45 a.m., local authorities report that the body of a young boy has been found on the estate of the late Elliot Ludwig, an esteemed toy maker and originator of the Playtime Company. Officers on scene report that the remains appear to have been disturbed. Organs as well as key bones from the skeletal structure were reported missing from the body. Following recent events, Playtime Co. was asked for any comment regarding the discovery. This is what they had to say. Quote, "It's sickening. Elliot Ludwig was a great man. He had a deep love in his heart for children like this one, making the actions of whoever planted this body all the more sick. We look forward to clearing his good name."
What do you mean there was a dead child found at Ludwig's place? There's no way that's true. Loving children was his whole shtick. Bro made a whole ass orphanage, for God's sake. Nah, they're lying. I don't believe him. I'm with my boy Ludwig. My boy Ludwig, he's innocent, man. I'm telling you, he's innocent. You go further into the hallways, and as you do, you start to see claw marks everywhere. But Catnap can't be here. This scene is meant to show you what Catnap's gas truly does to you. It causes you to see things that aren't there, causes you to hear things that aren't there. Just everything that you see is caused by this gas. This is the kind of stuff children were seeing when they were getting those toys. After we get out of this hellhole, we wake up and we see the living quarters of the orphans. It is humongous. As we progress further into the house, we see that something went down in here and we're not sure what. Everything is destroyed, almost as if a whole ass storm blew through here. You go down a hole and enter offices. Wait. This is an observation room. And they're looking into these bedrooms. They were watching the orphans as they slept? No way. No way. Ludwig would not approve of that, right? Right? Now, I'm a person that thinks that media recently has been treating its audience like they're stupid, over-explaining things. This is never explained via the tapes or the documents. It's just kind of there. It just adds to the list of evil things this company was doing and puts Ludwig's character into question. Did he kill the kid at his house? Now there's a possibility that he did. We don't know. But more importantly, where are the orphans? There are so many beds and cribs. There were way too many children here for them to just up and disappear without a trace. To add onto that, there was a phenomenal choice Mob Entertainment made with this one room that you find in this section of the game. The crazy part about it is it's completely missable, like if you're not looking for it. And one of the hallways you have to go through, there's a door that can be found at the end of it. In there, you'll find Kissy Missy sitting on the bed. Except she's holding a picture of a little girl. It almost looks like she's sad. Up until this point, almost every toy we have come across has tried to kill us and seems angry, with the exception being Poppy herself, who even then seems angry herself. This is the first time we see a toy expressing sadness. And again, this is never addressed within the story of the game. It's just one of those things that you find, yet it adds so much to the story itself. These toys have the capacity to love and reminisce. Finally, after we meet Missy and Poppy, we head to the school where things get even weirder. Everything here is also ransacked. Something went down throughout this whole orphanage. The scariest part, whatever went through here, whatever these people were trying to keep out, didn't kill everyone right away. Some people hid successfully, some for quite some time. But all that did was delay the inevitable. With all that being said, again, where the hell did everyone go? As you progress through the school, you meet the next boss, who seems to have been a teacher here.
This is Miss Delight speaking. Please excuse the interruption. Students, remain in your seat until the bell has rung. And no going in the halls without a hall pass.
We won't stay in the school much longer, but this boss is fun yet very stressful. Miss Delight here has one flaw though. She can only move if we aren't looking at her. But unfortunately, in order to progress in this boss fight, you have to look around for batteries and the spots to put them in, meaning you'll have to look away from her in order to find them. This effectively overwhelms your senses, as you can really only look away for a couple of seconds before you have to look at Miss Delight again to make sure you don't turn into some sort of a kebab.
I don't know where I'm going. Okay.
You can't turn your back on her. Oh my god!
God damn! I didn't know she came that quick. My bad. Yeah.
Fucking got me. Jesus.
My god, that scared the shit out of me, bro.
After Mr. Light gets killed by a door of all things, we head through some caves to get to play care. As we do though, we see this. Catnap looks up to the prototype as some sort of god figure and practices a sort of religion around him. Catnap is a Protestant. We eventually get to Playcare, which is claustrophobic city. You crawl throughout tunnels as this whole section is a playhouse of sorts. This is happening while these little hungry toys are trying to get a little nibble of you from all directions, keeping you on your toes. But don't worry, you're strapped. The more interesting part of this section though is when we meet Dog Day. We find out that the prototype is a dictator of sorts and Catnap is its apostle. If anyone opposes the prototype, they will end up like, well, Dog Day here. Alright, well, let's get this man's out of here. Oh my god, oh shit! Just go! Let's get out of here! Claustrophobia is used in this boss chase once again as you are forced to crawl through the tunnels as Dog Day chases you. It's very reminiscent of the Huggy chase in Chapter 1.
Oh my lord. Oh!
Oh, he's there.
Yo, my boy crawls hella quick.
He's cooking right now.
Finally, we get to the counselor's office where there is even more chaos and destruction. We come across a tape that warns all employees to run and hide until it is interrupted with a reference to something called the Hour of Joy.
At 11:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, an unknown hostile force was declared present within the Playtime Company facility. Do not open doors for any individuals. Do not make eye contact.
In fact, this isn't even the first time we hear about this Hour of Joy. It's painted amongst the walls throughout this orphanage. Okay, so what is this Hour of Joy and why are people being told to hide? After this ambush, Catnap tells us to leave, but of course we don't listen because there wouldn't be a game if we did, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right. Hey, Doey. Nice hat, man. I'm gonna take that shit. We head to the gas collection area, and as we are about to finish the job, holy shit! We finally see how Catnap uses the gas he makes to spread fear into his victims. He makes himself look even more intimidating. The boss fight traps you in a small room, forcing you to use every single hand attachment you have to keep Catnap away as this thing loads. After what seems like a long ass time, you finally stop him. and watch as he gets killed by his god. We go back to the catnap gas, finish the job, and see a huge ass door. Clearly Playtime Co. is trying to hide something down here. This is also where Poppy decides to not only tell us what happened here, but also show us. And we finally learn not only what happened to everyone here, but what the hour of joy actually was. We head into the elevator that was hiding underneath that big ass door we just saw and head down to uncover the secrets of Playtime Co. until
Something. No! We're coming! Just hold on! Come on, go faster! Easy! This one! I don't know, open this one! I knew it! This is the one I wanted!
There's a card too, dear. Open the card.
We're going to the Playtime Factory?
That's right, honey.
Everyone, shut down the machine! Do you hear me? Somebody shut off that camera!
Chapter 4 is different than the others in the fact that it focuses more on its story along with its characters. Therefore, the horror is more within the story itself as opposed to the content. Sorry, just truth be told, I don't think Chapter 4 is as scary as the rest of them, but the story is definitely a lot more emotional, let me say. But for context moving forward, let's talk about a huge plot point that is kind of implied throughout Chapter 2 and 3, but is confirmed in Chapter 4. Playtime Co. is more than just a toy company. They were a toy company playing God. You see, behind the scenes, they were attempting to move the human mind, or rather human life, into these toys, and then have the person live on through said toys. This is why there were so many observation rooms in the orphanage and the minigame section in Chapter 2. These kids weren't being loved or helped, they were being observed, experimented on. This was a farm with an endless array of test subjects. Like, this is some traumatizing stuff to find out about anything ever. We just found out our co-workers were eaten all up like it was a golden corral. But now this? Poppy's telling us that something's worse down here? Jesus, what could be worse? Well, I found my answer past those doors. Discarded toys. Piles and piles of them. kind of makes you sick to your stomach knowing what we know. In here is where we will also find a note from a kid named Riley, and her story unfolds as you find each note. Riley was chosen from the orphanage only to find out that being chosen means, well, this. She becomes one of the successful subjects, and during the hour of joy, she hid and then swallowed a key to keep people from going further via train. Fortunately, we find her. This poor girl, she just wanted a family after losing hers. She didn't ask for this. None of them did. By making this the story, it makes us connect with it a lot more, as anytime there is a force hurting something as innocent as a child or an animal, we feel empathetic towards them due to their innocence. They can't protect themselves. So revolving the story around hurting innocent children, it makes us wonder what about this was so important for them to jump that hurdle morally. This also makes it so that anytime we meet a new character in this game or a new toy, we connect with them easier due to the fact that, again, they're just children in toys. Any story where you have characters that you can empathize with easily are the best ones, because you start to emotionally invest yourself into said story. I mean, my ass clenched when Steve fell off that radio tower. I don't even care if it cut to black, like in a cheesy sort of way. All right, I knew he was gonna be safe. But god damn it, I got nervous for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. But anyway, this is so important because if you love the characters, then the threat looming over them raises the stakes for you just as much as it does for the character. So when you come to the hideout filled with a bunch of toys, you already want to help because damn, that's just the camp full of kids, essentially. Like, they're just trying to survive. And it also makes it so that antagonists such as Yarnaby get more empathy from us rather than genuine fear or hatred. Now, I know you're probably waiting for me to talk about Harvey Sawyer, but I'm gonna be honest, due to the time reasons and also the fact that I don't really think he's the most interesting character in all of Poppy Playtime. Maybe those are some fighting words, and don't get me wrong, the whole computer thing is kind of cool, but other than that, I mean, like, he's just an evil scientist who was betrayed, you know? Yes. Instead, we're gonna focus on Dewey, as he does hold more of the emotional side of the story in this chapter. For context, Dewey is a character you meet who is committed to helping this camp of, well, toys/children. Like, he is constantly putting himself in danger to ensure the safety of this camp. But unlike the other toys, he consists of 3 different children. Jack Ayers, an innocent little boy who just wanted to visit his favorite toy company, but things went awry. The next is Kevin Barnes, a child known to be quote-unquote problematic and angry.
After a brief interruption, we've successfully extracted subject 1322. Before said interruption, I attempted to detail the subject's condition and overview the suitability of one Kevin Barnes in relation to Project Dewey. Trouble getting along with others, aggressive and often confrontational social tendencies, and an otherwise combative nature clearly relay that Kevin is, put simply, a problem child. What friends he does have, he's reported to have attacked in moments of intense play. These tendencies raise concerns. If we're to create an experiment that can fulfill multiple assigned roles, we can't allow any single consciousness to throw the others off.
And finally, Matthew Hallard, known to be a quote-unquote leader of sorts to the other children, seeming to be more mature and kind than the others. This just shows the kind of sadistic shit this company was doing. As you go on through this dark journey, you start to see Dewey flip emotions on a dime. Almost like each personality of each child takes turns controlling the entire Dewey thing. I don't know how that works, but that's pretty much how it works, kinda. It's almost like each emotion is connected to each child. Matthew seems to be in control most of the time, keeping themselves calm and collected to keep these children safe. Jack seems to come out during innocent little things like playing with the other children. And Kevin comes out when they're angry or upset. The best part about this whole chapter is that we get to see these toys being human, unlike the other chapters where only Kissy Missy and Poppy showed us any sort of compassion. But the saddest part about this whole journey is when we see the humanity in Dewey come out. You go on through the whole game, and then eventually, as you complete your mission with Dewey, it turns out
that Ollie was the prototype the whole time. He had us plant the explosives, but not where we planned to plant them. As we start to make our way back to Safe Haven, something terrible happens.
The prototype. I lost track of him in the tunnels. Have you seen him? Was he at the Foundation? Or was he... What? What's going on? He's... I let him away, didn't I? The generator's fine. It's... Oh, no.
Every single toy, every single child dies in there. Dewey can't do nothing but cry. These poor children tried everything in their power to keep their friends alive. They risked their own lives countless of times to keep them safe, just for them to all die anyway. They get so angry that Kevin feels that there is no choice but to place the blame on Poppy and us. He lets his anger control them, and now we're enemy number one. The worst part? Jack and Matthew do not want to do this. If you look at the middle of their mouth, there are 3 heads. One is angry, so that's Kevin. But the other 2, they're sad looking, defeated. They even tried to talk Kevin down, but couldn't.
Everyone have to. My friends. He killed my friends. You. It all started with you. You and her. It was you who ruined everything! No, that's not true. They jump-started the generator. They destroyed everything! I'll kill you!
Kevin has full control, and there is nothing Matthew or Jack can do. And this means that we have to kill these children, or else they'll, Kevin, will kill us. After a long battle, we managed to subdue him and overpower him, eventually killing him.
You and Poppy! It's all your fault! Want to kill you! Kill everyone who hurts the... Can't trust anyone! The gentle voices lie! You lie! I tried to be better, to be who they needed. Not smart enough, not good enough, not...
And the last thing that he says to us is...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No child should go through this. They didn't deserve this. After your fight with Dewey, you find one last tape, and in it is Dewey's last message. A message in which we are reminded, yet again, as I have reminded all of you, over and over throughout this chapter, they're only children. Children forced to live in this scary-ass building with these scary-ass adults. They just went through the unthinkable.
I'm not sure if this thingy is on, but I need to talk, and I can't talk about this with anyone else. For the past few months, the fighting's been bad. Real bad. I've seen a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't. It's been hard to keep my head straight. The others, they look to me to know what to do, to know where to go.
For a long while, we had Poppy to tell us, go here, go there, do this. And it all made sense, too. Poppy was nice. I can't find Poppy anywhere. I don't know what happened or where she went. But it's scary here without her. Maybe she ran, just like I have. I'm here, outside the prison, in front of... I'd almost forgotten it was all here. And seeing this again, it's given me reason to think. I could make for the exit. It's all I'd wanted for the longest time. But there are others inside. Others that aren't like me. They're hungry and scared like I am, but they're not me. They can't go where I can. But they'd mean a lot to me. A lot more than I thought they did. And having seen what I have, knowing how they see me, how much they need me. I'm going back. I wanted to make this in case I ever doubt or forget that. Just play this and remember. Yeah. Yeah. That's all. See ya.
All he wanted was to get out of here. He wanted to see the outside world again, yet he couldn't. He had the chance to do so, and he couldn't because his friends were down here. If he left, then who will help them? Despite being scared, despite being tired, despite being stressed out of their minds, the three of them decided to stay. These three children, betrayed by the adults who swore to protect them, decided to put their pain aside and help the children through theirs. All they wanted to do was see the sky again, yet they died with the thought that they failed their friends. If that's not scary, I don't know what is. Poppy Playtime is a phenomenal game series that has managed to not only have interesting and fun gameplay with real genuine horror, but also have a very interesting story that has intrigued and entertained millions. This game has proven itself to be a worthy contender in the history of horror video games. So this message goes out to Mob Entertainment. Keep it up, man. Please. Keep it up. I'm looking forward to playing Chapter 5. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. It means so much to me that you even gave me your time. And just to let me know that you made it here, let me know what your favorite moment in Poppy Playtime is. Chapter 3 is just phenomenal. I love Chapter 3, man. It's not even funny. I love it. And leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out so much. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers before the end of April. I think we can do it. I feel like we can. And in the meantime, while you wait for my next video, check out my gaming channel, which I am a little more consistent on, as those videos are a lot easier to make than these ones. All right, that's all I gotta say. Bye-bye. Adios. Thank you again.